This bold bokeh. Hello. How are you? Cash, but yeah. You get a day pass? I hope the sound is good on this. That's amazing. This dude's parking back there.
You guys, check it out. So this is Justin Fu, my good buddy Andrew. How did we meet, bro? Tell that story. Let's just talk about the power of social media.
You stalked me on Instagram and you slid in my DM.
I freaking went proactive as fuck, slid in his DMs. The first time in LA.
First time in LA. I've lived in San Francisco for the last 4 years. Before that, I was living in Dubai, based in Dubai, but living all over as like a nomadic traveler. So I've done the digital nomad thing to about 50 plus countries by now.
What's the definition of that?
A digital nomad is a bougie term for someone who works from their laptop and is not location based. They can be anywhere, working anywhere.
The funny thing about being a digital nomad, same here, right? Digital marketer, I work from my laptop. But the hard work comes from actually going outside of your laptop and meeting people, right? Because it only goes so far by DMing, which sometimes works. But if you never meet in person like we're doing today, you never really close a deal or build a relationship.
You never take the person seriously when it's just on the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
I have business contacts that I'm making money with that I've never met. It's all about, I didn't look. For my girlfriend watching this, I did not look, so look at that. I'm looking now. Damn it, I caught myself. And plus, networking is really good for, the opportunity, so you just go. I try to add on to the online thing. Thank you for walking around that. So tell me about your business. What kind of companies do you work with?
I'm gonna go to Palisade.
Let's do a little sales talk.
A digital marketing company, we work with CPG brands, so consumer packaged goods brands, restaurant industry, and then we dive a little bit into the real estate industry too.
Wow.
And there's 4 services that we provide. 4 services that we provide. Video production, which is what we're doing today.
Yeah, I'm not paying.
This is the barter trade, I would say.
Yeah.
And SEO, SEM work, which I'm excited to talk to you about a little bit later. And then we do social media management and then consulting on the side. So those are our main services, and that's
how
our main
can new clients get a hold of you? How do you get your clients?
Mostly through online, like through our website's the #1 way, and then most of it's been so far through our Instagram. So they see the content that we're pushing out. We've ran a few ads and we've acquired leads that way.
So it's all inbound stuff, really. They're
inbound
seeing
stuff.
you. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
How about you, dude?
So
Tell us your story. You told me, but I want them to hear what's up.
So, 10 years ago, graduated college, way older than this dude. What are you, 25?
26.
26, yeah. So you're older than you look, I guess. But international business degree, moved to Mexico, fell into tourism marketing. Online, building online departments for tourism companies. Then I got really interested in startups at the very early stage of digital marketing. Like shit was just starting up. Thank you.
Don't worry about it.
One friend was nice, one was not. It's fine. Mexico was, not a huge tech scene, so I thought it'd be interesting to move to the last place to develop in the Middle East. I moved to Dubai and started an online marketing agency in Dubai with a partner. We got PPC and SEO clients like in 2008, so very early days, and a year later they sold the company. So we crushed it. We got like first page rank for jobs in Dubai and apartments in Dubai, and so that exit was like one of the first big startup exits in the Middle East. And that got people's attention looking at me. I took like 3 months to be not even a digital nomad, like I unplugged. And I was like, I did like Nepal, like I trekked like in the Himalayas and like crazy offline, back then there wasn't mobile cell service in Nepal yet, and so I was offline for a while, and I came back to Dubai and met these guys that were copying Groupon when Groupon was like super brand new. Yeah, with the goal of selling it as fast as possible, so it became their head of marketing, and we sold it in like 10 months. So to Living Social. So Living Social bought it, worked with Living Social for a while. Everybody knows how that turned out. I left early. I saw the impending doom there. Yeah. And because I don't like being a co-founder. I've done it before. I don't like the funding aspect. I just like growth. I got to be passionate about it or I can't do it. People are building things to solve problems and not just to make money. Hello. And so I moved there and I joined a company, and we were lucky to sell that company too in 2.5 years. It was a travel tech company, the back end SaaS provider for like the Expedias of the world. Since then, I've just been consulting. So long story to prove that I'm different than most people that just say they're a marketing consultant. I work specifically with early stage products to be launched, usually bigger companies that want to launch side projects and not like tie their name to it or something. So banks that want to launch an app, or big startups that are worth like millions and billions that want to do like a secret side project or stuff. So that's where my sweet spot is. So launching things like that. You got to be niche. My best advice for marketers that are listening to this is figure out what you're passionate about, your niche, and then own it long enough to where you're an expert. I've been doing the same thing for 10 years. Nowadays, people just pay me, and they get a lot of value from the things that don't feel hard to me. Like, I tell them how I feel, I do this work, I execute, I implement, I strategize these things that come natural to me after doing it for 10 years. And it's like massively valuable. So that's my first piece of advice. I guess we can go with that. What's your best advice, Justin, for somebody starting out listening that wants to start a marketing agency?
To start a marketing agency, I think you have to have category experts, right? Like, sometimes Andrew's probably a niche and a beast in what he does, right? 25 miles deep in what he does. But I think sometimes if you're a full service agency and you're starting off, you got to have category experts, because if you're a client-based marketing agency and they want to do SEO, SEM, email marketing, all these other things, build their website from scratch, a one-man band sometimes, it's a lot to do for one person. So making sure that your team of experts is there to support you and service the client is 100% the way.
You can't do everything by yourself. I had my first company when I was 16 back in Ohio. I had an auto detailing business, and my secret thing was I'd go to golf courses and just like wait in the parking lot, and they'd give me a little space. I'd give like 10% to the golf course, and they'd be like, people would park in their Bentley or whatever, Benz or whatever, like, yo, $150, I'll wash that. I was like 16. They're like, yeah, $150, yeah, detail it, whatever. But so when I scaled it up to needing employees, that was when I closed it up, because they just would screw it up. They'd key a car by accident with the, like, scratch it.
Right.
So how many employees do you have, Justin?
We're at 6 right now, so 6 employees. They're all like category experts in what they do, account managers and things like that. So what do you find
That's you in the office with you?
Yeah. So the cool thing is they're all remote workers, right? Because we're digital marketers, we can all work from our laptop. So we did get an office space. Our office
Congratulations,
space.
dude.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That's huge. I don't have any employees.
I feel like that's a blessing though, almost too. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of miss just being on my own and only managing myself. But there's a side of me too. I come from the retail world way back in the day, and I miss management and leadership and things like that. And I feel like I work better with the team. So for you, I mean, for the people watching right now too, you're at a point now where you can be picky with your clients, right?
Yeah.
Were you ever at a time where you were just taking things on, like, as they come and just taking it out? Like, what's your advice to these guys to say, like, be picky, but also do it so that you can still eat and survive?
Go somewhere. No, just change your cost of living, right? When you start your business, you should be able to have a runway of like 6 months anyway, where you don't need to be scraping together. And then if you're thinking about the brand in the long term, I mean, I'm not caring about my brand, like the likes and stuff on social media as much as this dude, like, because for me, I focus on the quality. Not that you don't. That sounded like a dick.
No.
But it's just a different business, right? You're going for more clients, and I'm going for less and charging them more and providing more value, which I think is a different game. I just can't handle the staff part, which you clearly are killing. And so for me to be able to do that, I can only work with like 2 companies at a time. And so they're going to need to pay this price, and that way you only need to get a couple people to say yes. But so my solution is to just go somewhere really cheap. So you're launching your business. I just spent 3 months in Thailand and a month in Indonesia, and like my cost of living was like $1,000 a month. And like a king, dude. And $1,000 doesn't get you anything here.
No.
And all the people I'm meeting, you're actually motivated by other people starting their business too. And I didn't realize like how far along I was, because there's people like just at the idea level out there, and they're like, whatever, I had $10,000 saved up, so that buys me 10 months of balling. And balling with a G, like you're not balling, you're really balling out there. Like you're really going for it. Like you're surfing, you're hiking. You're definitely the nightlife scene. I don't want to say, my mom might be listening to this. There's all kinds of substances and fun things. But you don't have the level of networking you have out here. I've been here 2 days, and I'm getting like this nice little video vidcast. That's not a term. We should make that up.
Vidcast. Hashtag vidcast.
Is that not it might be a thing, but we're doing
a thing.
You should just have a vidcast, but lunch with Justin and Andrew. We can just do it.
We've been doing that. So Andrew's my second guy.
Really?
For you guys, there's 5 more coming up along the way. This is cool because the other talk we had was more about entrepreneurship and leadership, this is a cool talk because Andrew, like myself, is another digital marketer. The other person you talked to, MJ, shout out to MJ. He was a business manager.
420, shout out to MJ.
Shout out to MJ. I got it. That's funny. So we got
that long.
Yeah, it took me a while. It went over my head. But yeah, we got
420.
more. We got more of these coming. So I'm just super stoked to be with Angie today.
I think we should just talk about SEO first.
Cool.
Or becoming a digital nomad. Those are the two main things I talk about. The third thing I like to talk about, and I actually go around the world speaking at co-working spaces and stuff. I'm going to be talking probably in June at the Beach House co-work over here. Give them a shout out too. Pretty cool spot. Literally a block away from the beach. So the third thing I talk about is bootstrap marketing. So I basically teach 8 strategies for unpaid, no budget marketing. So how to build growth for those really early stage companies that don't even have a budget. You need to prove out a channel, how to get organic growth from that channel, how to analyze that organic growth, and then how to then go raise some money with that.
I feel like the big hype right now is e-commerce, right? A lot of people that are in wholesale and retail stores are trying to figure out a way to big play on e-commerce online.
So let's go to that. I got that. Companies that I like, you guys are good. I will create email drip campaigns, and I'll use a couple services online and subcontractors that are like experts at data entry, or I'll do it myself if I have the time to build a really strong email list for these companies. So potentials, and then a really valuable 7 or 8 email drip campaign. So I wrote this drip campaign for him, like offering pieces of content, offering a free 15-minute session with the founders, offering an exploding discount, mentioning again that the discount was going to explode, and the different levels of aggressiveness, and he's just closing deals from it.
Nice.
And so it's like 15% commission only, and they're like $30,000 app. And, and so I think that for retail and wholesale, I mean, not for retail. Nobody wants a spam email about a shirt that they're gonna get.
Right.
But for wholesale, it's the values there. Like, look, I want to make you money. We're now offering. So I got a spam wholesale email from like a snorkel.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got targeted as a frequent traveler or something, but it was like, hey, do you want to buy 200 snorkels? And
They got you, dude.
I thought about it because it was like, put it in your Instagram with your code and you sell them yourself from your Instagram. I'm like, don't have enough. If I was Justin and had the content to really monetize the Instagram, I would do that. But yeah, so I think that's really a good move for wholesale people, is focus more on email marketing and just building that list.
Yeah.
People are always worried about spam and then, I can't get the list because I bought it. But yeah, you don't want to buy a list, but if you can organically create it from publicly available content, so adding these general partners at these target companies on LinkedIn and getting their email from that, then it's all about the message and creating value. Right. If you're putting enough value into the message, they're not going to look at it as spam, right? So if somebody spammed me for that shirt that I was complaining about, but it was like 90% off, and I thought it was a dope shirt, then I would be like, I'm gonna talk shit about them, but I'm gonna low-key click on that and buy it, So
a good friend of mine says like this: email marketing, when you send a message, it should be like you have a seat at the community table and you're not on a pedestal talking down to the people. Because if you're on a pedestal talking down to the people, you're just trying to shove things down your throat about your brand that they necessarily doesn't solve any problems for you.
Let me tell you what's important.
Let me tell you what to buy. Let me tell you what to do. But if you're at a seat with the table, it's more of a conversation basis. You know what everyone wants, what everyone's problems is. If you create content, reverse engineer, working backwards, that's how you're going to start to get leads for you guys. And like what Andrew said too, man, having an email newsletter and an acquisition part on your website isn't enough, because you're acquiring all these emails, but if you're not doing drip campaigns to send messages out to those people, then they're sitting ducks and you're leaving money on the table, and these people decided to give you their personal contact information. So why leave them hanging?
It's the most valuable thing you can get from them. So,
beautiful lady.
Hello. Hi there, beautiful lady.
My wife in love for 35 years.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
She looks way younger than you, though.
And she's looking at me like, who the heck are you?
Go back
I
to
talk
enjoy
to
your
strangers
vacation.
all the time.
Enjoy your
I talk to
vacation.
strangers every day.
Enjoy your days off, guys.
Thank you for saving Ohioans' lives. Let's go, man.